Keep going. Keep rolling. Keep going.
All right, Rock.
I was trying to catch Hodges in this fucking story.
Oh,
All right, here we go. Here we go. Fifers arriving.
Because
Welcome to the Fifers DD991 podcast. I'm Rocky. That's Gilly. Brett Hodges, Lord Bergamot, and Little Tate. And it's episode, I don't know what number it is. Probably
64.
64. That's 5 more to 69. And who wants to talk now?
Well, that's the reason why.
Hodges had the floor.
Well,
That's the reason why I started the stream early, because I wanted to catch the story. We leave a lot of good shit in the pregame meeting. We really do.
I'll start it over real quick. So before we went live, I was telling them about a car that I had out in Washington State. It was a little 91 hatchback Civic, had nitrous attached. I got pulled over, kind of caught up. I told the cop that I would unhook it and everything because he was telling me it was a 90-day automatic jail time. Like, no matter, like, you go in front of a judge, you get 90 days automatically for having it attached. And I was like, shit. So I was like, we just got back from San Diego and stuff. And I was like, I promise. And so he called the ship right there on the side of the road and asked, hey, this is so-and-so. Did you guys just pull in from San Diego? And they confirmed it. He let me unhook my bottle and let me go. And then the morning of September 11th, when that happened, I was hauling ass into the ship, and he was right there with me. And I had my bottle attached, and I was coming across Highway 2, and I fucking hit it, and I left him in the dust. Fast forward, us coming back into port after September 11th happening, he shows up at my fucking house, knocks on my door.
Yeah.
Melissa answers, and he's like, hey, is your husband home? And she's like, yeah, and she didn't know why. So she's like, she called me, and I came up to the door, and I fucking freaked. I was like, oh, shit. And he's like, hey, I'm off duty. Can you take me for a ride in the car? So I ended up taking him up to Baker National Park, dude, and driving him around in it, letting him fucking feel, because I had that thing slammed 4 inches, and I had the engine from Japan with a bottle on it and everything. I didn't have the bottle attached while he was in the car, but yeah, I even let him drive it a little bit because he was impressed with that car, how fast that fucker went. But yeah, I drive a little fast. I still do. I drive probably 20 miles over the fucking speed limit, but normally.
Yeah.
Easily.
The speed limit's a fucking suggestion, dude. It's not reality.
I'm used to driving in Chicago. If you're not doing 90 plus on the expressways, you're holding up traffic, and cops are passing you.
So do they really drive like the fucking Blues Brothers drive out there?
They're fucking crazy.
Like the way they drive the fucking car in that movie, dude.
They just,
one of my most favorite movies. Like just the way
the movie is slightly exaggerated, but not by a whole lot.
No turn signals, nothing. You just go.
Well, you think Chicago's bad? Fucking Louisiana drivers even worse. Down there.
I didn't think Louisiana was that bad when I was down there.
Because none of those motherfuckers down there use turn signals at all.
Well, we don't in Iowa either. I mean, you'll see.
It's because like
I picked you up.
I was trying to fucking follow Cam in Louisiana, right? He was going to a place. I mean, he was speeding like a motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker, I'm out of state. I ain't not speeding like that. And he wouldn't use no turn signals. I called him and said, slow the fuck down, use turn signals. I'll see where the fuck you're going. So he ain't giving the directions. He said, just follow me.
I'm trying to use them more, but we don't use them a lot in Iowa because it's a lot of rural. You're like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And then you get into the cities and nobody uses them.
All right, fellas, you know how we talked about doing do a cooking on here, right? We're going to start another fucking channel just for cooking.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And that channel's not going to be any politics at all. None. We got this one. We got this one right here for the politics. This one's going to be strictly about the food.
Now, is that to the exclusion of cooking on this one?
Oh, no, we can still cook on this one. No, but this one's going to be It's dedicated
Strictly.
just to that. Just dedicated to that.
Yeah,
What,
You
do
know,
what do you want to call it?
We gotta have the Pfeiffers in there somewhere, I think.
The Pfeiffer's cooking you?
Or like Pfeiffer's Galley.
I don't know. The Pfeiffer's cooking you they could take it one way or another. It's like
I know.
be like, hey, they're fucking ripping you apart because you're a fucking idiot, or they're cooking with you.
I mean, it's not gonna be. It don't have to be just barbecue. It could be like cooking in the kitchen or on the stove, baking, whatever, right?
Cooking
Yeah.
Gilly's
101.
Galley.
Huh?
Gilly's Galley.
No, it can't be Gilly's Galley. It's got to be something on all of us. You know, five or something.
Gilly's Galley is fucking funny though, dude. That is fucking cool. I heard this be Gilly's Galley. He's a pirate from Missouri.
Gonna show up at his house and he's gonna have the
I don't
sign
know.
above.
Like you can have an intro like that. I could probably do it. Like I'll talk like this the whole time, you know, or whatever. But okay, go on.
No, I mean,
I think it'd be pretty cool. Like do like 101 type stuff. Like, you know, we could each like Gilly, since he does Alpha Gal stuff, he could cook one, and then we can cook our style of what he's cooking. So like you have like his Alpha Gal safe, and then you have, you know, an Iowa version of it, and then you have an Indiana version of it, a Washington version of it, you know, a California or North Carolina version of it, you know, and then we kind of compare how they look and, you know, everything. I think that'd be kind of cool too. At the same time,
Really up our game quite a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you could do, and we could do different things like classes, like how to do certain things, and yeah, I think it's an awesome idea, dude.
Dude,
Because there's a lot.
the thing I have to cook the most is the birria, so I can't like stray from that much.
Well, have Heidi come on with you. You know,
Well,
because she
dude,
does most of.
yeah, well, I mean,
She does
makes
most
a lot of different things, man.
Yeah.
But like the birria tacos, we can't reveal who we are. But if
I
someone
know.
sees us, to be like, holy shit, that's them. But anyways, yeah, it sounds fun. I don't know. Gilly's
'Cause there's-
Galley.
I mean, think about it, a lot of fucking
Like
men.
just cooking with you. I don't know.
Like a lot of men don't know how to cook, or they've never been taught to cook, too. And a lot of women on that too nowadays can't cook. You
A
know,
lot of people in general can't cook.
no,
Yeah, both sides.
that stuff. And what gave me the idea of it was when, let me get back to it here. All right, goddamn. All right, was when I posted this one on Smoking Meat about the smoked fried chicken, right? Right there, over 1,000 likes and over fucking 200 some fucking comments and 83 shares, right there.
That
Oh,
does look
shit.
good, dude.
I said, you know what?
Man, that
I
does
said-
look good.
I said, why? Because we always cook like that. I said, why don't we just do an old channel like we've talked about? You know, that stuff.
Well, we got to figure out what we want to call it, because I
Yeah,
don't know how we could fit five different people in it. But you know, if it's the Pfeiffers, I don't know, the Pfeiffers
Pfeiffer's
Pfeiffer's
Mess Deck,
Galley?
Pfeiffer's Galley,
Pfeiffer's Galley.
you know,
Cooking with the Pfeiffers.
yeah.
and somewhere there you got to put like a middle finger. I don't know. No, don't put a middle finger. I think it's funny, but who knows? A 69 or just 991.
I think one of the episodes I'll just cook drunk as fuck too.
But
What,
when,
you-
but
you
look,
cook
if we
sober? I
got we
know.
got to do something that you guys ever watch the show Drunk History?
yes, yes.
One of these days we should get drunk like that and someone tell a fucking history story and see if it's fucking hilarious.
Have to watch it the next day after we're sober to see how
Yeah,
fucking good
and then
it
we'll
is.
pay actors to act it out like whoever said it.
Well, I'd have to do that on a Friday night or a Saturday night, but preferably Friday because I think I need the next 2 days to recover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try one of the. Well,
That would be a marathon fucking stream. That would be a marathon stream.
that would be fucking fun to do too.
Because I can talk history, and I can get drunk, so
I can do that too.
It could work. It could really work, but I think I would need at least the next day to recover.
I don't get hangovers, so.
No, me neither. No, I'm talking about hangovers. I'm talking about mornings where I wake up and I immediately understand that I'm a danger to myself and others if I leave the house.
I'm always that way.
Well, you know.
I think that's pretty much all of us.
It's a risk that everybody's having to willingly take, not knowing it.
I guess I'm kind of a bit of a wuss then.
Hey,
that's why I want to bring.
Did you guys see the video I sent you guys about the balloon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That crap was crazy, man. That fucking was
bailing like it's 9/11.
Yeah, dude. They were jumping out. That's what it reminded me of. I remember seeing that stuff and then seeing it again, and that sucked, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. And there was a lot of people too. It was 8 deaths, and I think it was like 14 injured.
Howie.
I don't know how they survived when you hear that, like, wow, boom. Like, I don't know how anyone survived that, man.
I've been up in a hot air balloon. That shit's fucking freaky. Because when I was out in Washington State, I took Melissa up in one out in Snohomish from the airport. We did like a evening sunset hot air balloon ride, and then at the end they do like a champagne toast where they use the knife and pop the top off, and then pour champagne, and then they actually cook a pasta dinner. It was pretty cool, but man, being in that wicker basket, hearing it creak and shift back and forth, and then that fucking those burners for it's crazy. I could only imagine.
It's pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I could only imagine that fucker catching on fire, dude.
So I'm about to make
y'all keep your hot air balloons. Fuck that shit. Nope.
I would do it again.
Gilly out on that one.
I would do it again. I think it'd be fun as shit.
I don't like heights, so fuck all that. No.
Neither does Landon. I don't know. He won't. He rides a couple roller coasters, but he's very picky with them. Yep. But he doesn't like heights.
Dude, I remember the highest place I ever went was, I think, the Sears Tower.
Oh yeah.
In Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Right after boot camp, I went to Chicago, and the guys I was with from boot camp, they were actually in C school, the fireman A school with me. We went to Chicago and went to the Sears Tower to see where like Ferris Bueller's Day Off took place,
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's the highest place I've ever been. It was weird being up that high and seeing how far down that was.
Yeah. I've been on the Burj Khalifa, which is the tower in Dubai, the real tall tower in Dubai.
Is that the one that looks like a sail?
No,
that's a hotel.
That's a hotel. That's the only like 6-star hotel in the world or some shit.
Is that the highest building, or is it the other thing
you're
talking about?
No,
Burj
that's
Khalifa
actually
is the highest.
The Burj Khalifa is the highest, and it cost me $100 American to go to the observation deck on that. And dude, you want to talk about fucking huge? Look that motherfucker up.
Mick, that was great, dude. Oh my god, you have to find a way to share that, bro. It's so fucking funny. It's twisted, and it's the kind of humor that we're used to being in the military. I'll just put it that way.
You're welcome. I thought you guys would like that one.
I don't know how to present it. I mean, oh man, if I knew how to present it from like my phone to the computer, I would do it.
Gilly can do it once he gets back. But yeah, the Burj Khalifa is way higher than the Sears Tower even. It's crazy. And
how high is it?
Oh, way higher, yeah.
I forget the fucking height of it, but it's a world record holder. It's huge. I mean, it's scary.
It is the tallest building in the world, right?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That's cool.
But I've done like bungee jumping and stuff. Like I did that. I did the one in Thailand, and I did a water touch, and I actually went into my waist, into the lake, all the way to my waist with my hands up. And that was like 130 feet or something, 140 feet. But then I did one in Costa Rica that was 300-foot jump off of a bridge.
You did that shit?
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
That's crazy because, like, you remember that show? It was like on Spike channel, or there was another channel that was like just for dudes, and they played cool stuff, right, for dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it
was like
kind of like
Chive
TV,
something like that. And it was like this dude. They did a story where a guy jumped off a cliff, and it wasn't that far into water, but he drowned to death, and they couldn't figure out how he drowned to death. And they did the autopsy, and he drowned to death because all the water went up his butt, drowned him from the bottom up. It's like, holy crap, dude. I'm like, how does that even happen? How do you land to make that happen? I'm like, because they're like, you don't want to dive. But somehow he did something where he didn't have his feet right, where he's like supposed to go like that or something. And yeah.
Well, there's a picture, I think I have it somewhere, of me actually coming out of the water in Thailand. It's pretty cool because, like, I told the dude, I was like, I want to do a hand touch to the water. I want to touch my hands to the water. And he was an expat. He was like, okay, yeah, I got you. Man, I had my hands stretched out. I went in all the way to my waist. I was like, holy shit. And that was like in the jungle. Like, there was like this expat. He had this business for bungee jumping in the jungle. And Murillo and Vaughn, and I don't know who else was with us, but they got a picture of me coming out of the water. It was cool. Like perfect timing. There's like water going everywhere. It was fucking cool. Yeah.
Dude, if you can find that picture, you got to present that thing. That's pretty cool.
I think I got it downstairs in one of my boxes. I got to get my boxes up and go through them all, my military stuff and my contracting stuff, because I got a ton of stuff. I got to get out and dust the body armor and plates off and stuff too.
So did you talk to that expat and get his story while he was living there?
Yeah, he was an old Navy dude. He fucking retired, gets his fucking Navy retirement, and lived over there. And he owned a couple businesses, a couple bars. He owned, I think it was 2 bars. He owned a hotel. He owned the bungee jump place, and then he built. And he actually, I went to the building. He built this outbuilding. It's like a 60 by 80 metal barn, but they hold traditional Thai kickboxing tournaments inside of it. And I went there and watched like 6 hours of kickboxing in this building that he owns. And so he gets paid for them using that building too. And yeah, he's like, I can make good money because he goes, I have my retirement pay from the Navy, and then I make all this money from all these businesses. And he's like, if you come over here with 20 grand, and this was pre-tsunami, and everything when we were there. So it was 42 baht to $1 American when we were there. So he's like, you come over with 20 grand, you can live like a fucking king. He's like, I got like 4 fucking people that work for me. They wash and fold my clothes. They cook for me. They clean my fucking house. They do my landscaping. They take care of all my property. He's like, I don't do shit. I'm like, good to know.
Thailand, right?
Yep. In Phuket.
I talked about it with Heidi. I'm like, hey man, let's get the fuck out of the US and go move to Thailand or something. So we can live a lot easier there too.
Oh fuck yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the conversion rate is right now. Let's see here. Thai baht. Oops. To USD. So holy shit. Hang on.
Hey Mick.
I'm fine. Where the fuck's Gilly?
He might have had to the bathroom or something.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I had to lay down for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Little Tate, what's going on with you, bro? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm reading. Listening to you guys.
Oh, you doing homework?
Yeah.
So check this out.
It's
Okay.
$32.77 to $1 American dollar right now.
That's went down from 41 when we were there. That
Yeah, it
was
was
the
like-
conversion.
It was like 45 when we were there. I mean, it probably fluctuated a couple while we were there, but
Where's
Yeah.
that at?
Thailand.
Oh, Thailand. Okay, I missed that part. So
That just
Yep.
tells you that the buying power of the dollars went down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll go. I bet you it'll go back up here pretty soon, though. I haven't seen them really drop except for the tsunami. When the tsunami hit, it fucking tanked. Like it was crazy. You could buy up half a fucking city over there at that time. What were you going to show, Mick?
Oh, can you see this?
nope.
Nope. Just see you.
Let me try the other option. Fucking hell.
Sorry, folks, having technical difficulties right now.
Yeah,
We
it's
have those
okay.
a lot. We have
I
those
have
a
a
lot.
hard time with this whole screen sharing thing. It's really weird.
And
Yeah.
and we're called the knuckle draggers today. Come on now.
Right? I am retard. Good Lord.
Come on, brother. Use an FC. Come on. Nope.
I don't get it, man. It's saying share tab and I got it up. I don't know what's going on.
Is it from the actual Zoom thing?
You know, I'm doing the Zoom on the browser, not on the app. Will that make a difference?
No.
If you do it on the app, I think if you share it, it'll actually share whatever window or tab you're on. That's how I do it, right?
Right.
I have Zoom app on, and then I have like Facebook or whatever, or Twitter on or whatever.
It
And
should
then
say
when I go to share it. I share this particular part, and it'll be able to display it with all of us in a row, and then the picture right there.
it should say entire screen, screen 1, screen 2, the application windows down below, whatever you got opened up. You can pick.
Yeah, when I go entire screen, it won't let me share entire screen, just window or tab. So, you know what? Don't worry about it. If somebody else can go in the group chat and check out the meme I just dropped, if you guys can make it happen, go for it. It's not happening on my end.
That shit is freaking hilarious, dude.
All right.
My gosh, that was so good, dude.
Let's see here. All right.
Oh man.
Now, is there people on that when that happened right there, or is that nothing? Nobody on that one.
I mean, I have no idea. There's nobody visible.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. I don't see nobody visible, so
I think it's
Yeah.
okay.
all right. Pull this up. There to Messenger. Boop. Done. All right.
So I need to download the Zoom app. It's just, I've been out of laziness. I've just been joining via browser.
See, this is why you don't get the hot air blues, people. Fuck that.
There you go.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No.
In light of what happened yesterday, this is not making fun of anyone. It's just our dark humor.
Well,
I think because
People
we've been in the
have dark humor, what do you
military for a significant amount of time and seen some really messed up, fucked up things, we have to laugh about shitty situations just to get through it. In a way.
or else you go nuts.
Right, yes, or you will go crazy and you will it'll be bad for you.
You don't want to go knucking futs. It's not recommended.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Knucking fucks. Don't do it.
Knucking futs, not even once. So what's
What?
next on the docket, guys?
Oh, sorry. I'll just read something real quick. So keep
I'm
going.
gonna start looking for flights to Thailand.
Yeah, man.
This motherfucker won't come back from Thailand.
No. Why
Nope.
would he? Like, dude, why would I stay there?
He gonna go get him a lady boy. That's what he gonna do.
Oh, please
No.
don't do that.
I'm gonna go live in the fucking jungle with some monkeys to bring me fucking beers. I'm gonna teach them how to bring me beers.
They're gonna call. They're not gonna call you Mowgli though.
You already got one of
They're gonna
those.
call you Thumper. But they're gonna be
You
like,
already-
"Wait a minute, aren't you from fucking Bambi? What the fuck are you doing here in the fucking jungle? This ain't the Jungle Book, is it?
Right?
It's the Thai Jungle Book. Maybe that's what it's called. Thumper's Thai Jungle Book. There we go. That's the name of the Thai. That's the name of the fucking your life there after that.
I got a buddy who married a gal from Thailand, and they're seriously considering that plan. He's thinking about liquidating his entire pension, 401k, and just rolling it all up and moving there because he's been with the company for 25 years anyway, and he just built a house over there, and I think it cost him like 30 grand, like total
To build a
For-
house?
Yeah, it cost him like 30 G's.
It's so cheap over there, dude. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, like I was literally looking at fucking real estate over there because it's like that is probably going to be my exit plan like later on down the road because I mean, I got my son, but in 4 years he's going to be out of the house.
Yeah.
And, like
And
you
then,
go to
and then-
dollar just saying, you go to dollar beer night here, you get one beer per dollar. You go there, you get 32 for $1 here. So you can drink 32 times more beer over there than you can here. It's just simple math.
Shit, I'd
You
go
know?
back to fucking Phuket or Pattaya, right? Open me a fucking bar, have me some mama songs right there, running the fucking hookers, right? I'll
Well,
be the
you
actual
see-
fucking pimp right there.
And see,
I got
that's
my
the thing.
cane, a hard hat, my fucking top hat. Come on now.
And I'm not saying to break the law or anything at all. But if you were happen to be on, like, say, Social Security, you know, you don't pay taxes on those types of businesses to where it's, you know, it's so you can get your Social Security and disability, and then you could possibly own a business and make more than what you should on Social Security. I'm not saying that I would ever do that, ever, or recommend that anybody ever do that, but I'm saying you could get away with it a lot easier because you're not paying U.S. taxes. There's no way they're going to know.
Shit, I'd have me a fucking colorful pimp suit made up, right? Fuck yeah, man.
oh my
Be
God.
wearing silk
What the
colored
fucking-
suits all the time.
Hell yeah, when the fucking ships pull in, right? The Navy ships. Come on, fellas. Navy bar right here. Come on. Got the best one in the town right here.
Well, if you're gonna dress like Boss Hog, we got to come up with your fucking alter ego,
Oh,
Right.
I'll be like,
like
Boss
fucking
Hog, man. Fuck yeah.
Kingpin.
I'm just thinking about all the damn good food and like how cheap it is, and like you could literally stretch your money and live like a fucking king over there.
Can.
But I would have a
It's
problem. I'd be
easier to
one.
fucking like invest out there because you don't lose as much if you're not spending as much. You know what I mean?
Well,
Now, can you
Take a little
actually
bit more
own
of a
land
risk.
there though?
and
Yes.
also
You can
think
own
about
land there
this.
just like Philippines. Yes.
Yep. And also think about this. The biggest crossroads for diamonds is Thailand. Now also, not just diamonds, but your Airbnb game could be very strong over there because US people like to go to Thailand to get plastic surgery, because for the price of what you could get 2 tits for in the United States, you could get 2 tits and a BBL and have a vacation on top of it. So if you got some Airbnbs or a hotel and you marketed it towards US citizens that want to go get plastic surgery done, you offer packages. You offer shuttles to and from that hospital that does the plastic surgeries. You cater to those people. You do a vacation package with surgery and make a fucking ton of money on it. Do that with your fucking Airbnbs too. Like, it can be done.
Yeah,
That's what I've been thinking about.
yeah. Especially if you have a hotel, you could also hire a 4-man security team to respect the privacy and all that stuff. So
Yep.
Well, I can tell you first, those security motherfuckers don't fuck around, too. The
that's
college.
what I mean.
They don't fuck around. Because Little Tate kept me from getting shot by one of those motherfuckers one night.
Yeah. They and their rules are different over there. So,
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a fucking great idea. And if I hear of any of our listeners stealing my fucking ideas, if there's a new fucking hotel out there that opens up now and I trace it back to one of our listeners, I swear to God.
Then you shouldn't have said anything.
I know, right? Dumbass.
I demand to know what the hell's going on. And then I descend the staircase in my silk robe and champagne. Well, hello, Hodges. How you doing?
Believe it or not, though, Thailand is one of the destinations for plastic surgery in the world. They have some of the best.
Look how much of it gets done over there.
Huh?
I said, look how much of it gets done over there.
Yeah, they have some of the best surgeons.
I mean, just by the native population.
Yeah,
I mean, lady boys don't come from nowhere.
And it's dirt cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Trust me, I've been thinking about my retirement plan for a long time.
All right, fellas, this is going to be our rant in 1 year.
What? Oh my!
In 1 year,
This.
Buc-ee's, Costco, Walmart, Bass Pro, Dollar General.
You know what's hilarious? Dude, I just got off the phone earlier with one of the guys that I worked with in Iraq, and he lives in Iraq. He's Iraqi. He moved from Baghdad to Balad. He lives on like right outside the base. It was like he called me. It was like 11 o'clock at night there, and I was eating dinner with my son just a little bit ago, and Muslim countries and all that, dude, they're selling cocaine, weed, and whiskey and beer and all that out of stores in Iraq, in Baghdad.
Huh?
He was just telling me about it. It was like hashish and cocaine and fucking, he's sitting there drinking a glass of whiskey.
Yep.
Sir Edwards whiskey.
What sect are they?
He's Shia.
Shia?
Yeah. But the Sunnis are drinking over there now too.
They're all just doing it, huh?
Yep. They have
like
fucking
completely
brothels.
like westernized.
Dude, they have brothels in fucking Baghdad.
Are you good? Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. I need to go back.
Yeah.
I need to go Baghdad then.
And
that sounds more like ancient Babylon over there, dude.
he was telling me that they've really cleaned up Baghdad. Like, it's really nice now. The roads are great. The businesses are thriving. Basra, because I haven't been to Basra since I was there during the war. And he said it's super nice down there, down by Qasr and Basra and stuff. Because like there's about 40 miles between Qasr and Basra. Qasr is on the Gulf. It's the port city. And then you take the road straight up into Basra. And that is like Basra was where the British were based out of a lot. And it was fucked when I was there. And it's a big city. And I guess it's super nice now too. He's trying to get me to take a contract out there because there's some new company coming out there to do contract work. And I'm like, dude, I'm not taking another contract. I'm done. Like, I'm not going back over unless it's for a vacation. But he goes to Turkey a lot because his uncle is in Istanbul, and we were talking about Turkey and stuff. But yeah, it's really changed, man. It's not like it used to be. It's wild now. But yeah, he went to Iran one time, and he will not go back because of the government in Iran. He's Shia and the government's Shia, but they're too crazy, he said. He won't fuck with them.
All right, here's what to everybody that's still married. This is the prank they all pull on their wife right here.
¿Cómo te pasa?
Man.
People, I'll be right back. Keep going.
Oh man, it's making me think of another thing someone sent me a message on Facebook back in like 2017.
Yeah.
It's a porn shoot one too, and it's crazy.
That's funny.
Like they tout it having a bad day at work. And it shows like these people filming a scene and everyone's observing the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy comes to climax, and when he climaxes so far it gets on the director who's also holding the camera and yelling cut, cut, cut. Oh my God, it was so crazy. And all these people are laying on couches and everything watching it, and they're just laughing and giggling. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a bad day at work. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross, yo.
Well, you know
and
that
it looked
you
like
know that
it was
happens
real
all the
too.
time.
Huh?
You know that happens all the time. Think about those camera shots from underneath, and they're shooting it and nut and all that, and it drips down, and oh yeah, it gets on them.
It's just crazy. Oh my God.
Hazards of the job, I guess.
I didn't even think about that.
You probably didn't want to either.
You're like, oh man, I've seen that stuff on the internet, man. I've seen all of it. You should look. It's crazy.
I mean, they're job hazards. I mean, you got to know what you're up against, I guess.
Well, how much are these guys realistically getting paid anyway? I can't imagine as much.
I bet you they get paid decently.
Decently enough to get roped in the face? I don't know, man.
I don't know. Probably not good enough for that.
Nah, you wouldn't expect so. At least at Burger King, when they say they want extra sauce,
Yeah. No thanks.
The only way we would find out is that if we ever met one of those people in that business and got them to talk to us.
I have a friend. He was in the Navy.
Of course you do.
No, he was in the Navy. His name is Jim Orlando. He's a producer. He
God, that even sounds like
a
porn name.
Well, here's the thing.
How can I run into on this one?
All of the chicks, I can't show them on here because he always has them wear command ball caps of all the submarines. He was a submariner in the Navy. And so all of the actresses in his movies and women that he actually has acted with or produced, he has pictures of them. Gilly Aus. I wonder if hang on. I could ask him because he messaged me. I can't. There's some pictures he sent me right there. That's all I'll show. But I'll share them to our group if I can.
Just send them to your messenger.
Well, they're in my messenger, but it's a shit ton of pictures. It's like 27 pictures. I'm going to send them to you. Oh, wait. That's just you. Well, hang on. We have a fucking group, right? On Messenger?
Yeah.
Facebook?
No. Yeah, we do. Be you and Mick?
I'm in one.
Yeah.
Well, Rocky's in one also.
We all got to be in the same one, you knuckleheads.
Yeah, Little Tate's not in this one.
There's two different ones. It's not.
Well, Little Tate's not on Facebook. We've told you that.
That's right. Okay, I just sent them to you on Facebook. So these are a couple of the actresses that he works with. But if you look at their hats, they're always wearing submariner hats, like sub-command hats.
Hey, I've seen these women. Hell yeah.
I'm friends with him. He's a producer of adult movies and was also an actor in them. I could ask him and be like, "Hey, I wasn't joking when I said I knew someone."
The question is, why don't we know him?
I actually met him in a group like on Facebook,
because
a veteran group, not a
because
lifestyle.
this motherfucker's more fucking little out from what we are when it comes to this world right here. He is.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why.
When it comes to different lifestyles and everything else, I've got you all beat. I could probably show you stuff that would scare the fuck out of you, but I
I
won't.
doubt it.
Oh,
Challenge accepted. Yeah, some of these
But-
girls you see them on Pornhub. What the hell you talking about?
yeah, I mean, some of them, yeah, they're all like actual famous actresses. They've been on these all the time. Like, hang on, let me just pull up his. I'll ask him.
I don't think we can share these online. So
No,
No.
shit, I said his whole name on this, didn't I?
Seems unlikely.
I did. Whoops.
Well, whatever.
Upper, you're
We're
forgetting
just-
shit already.
we're just a lot.
That's what happens. You get blown up too many times.
I
You
know.
end up like Hodges.
Oh.
I just
Oh,
text him
yes.
asking. I just text him asking how much like a videographer roughly makes in his business. Yeah, so it's not. So it's not his real name, but so I'm okay saying it because this is his porn industry page on Facebook. Like he was friends with cousin Stevie, who was in a bunch of porn. He had pictures of him and cousin Stevie together. He was a big director with porn and stuff like that. But he goes to AVN all the time. Like he's deeply involved in the industry.
Apparently.
It's kind of cool.
And I, for one, am incredibly offended with the things that I've seen. I shall keep them in posterity to show other people what they should not be looking at. And may God have mercy on your soul,
Oh man,
dear Lord.
you're
Yeah,
hilarious,
so-
Nick. You're hilarious, dude.
he has been in the porn industry for 23 years, over 23 years.
Yeah.
He was a submariner, nuclear submarine. He was served for 10 years in the Navy. And he got out to do porn.
How the hell
So-
did that happen? Did he get approached or something, or what?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
But-
crazy.
Yeah, he's highly. Yeah, we talk every once in a while. It's kind of cool. Oh, I'll be right back. My son's mom is here to pick him up.
Show her the pictures. Well,
Huh?
however do we continue after that?
Easy.
My gosh. This one went off the rails really quick.
Really?
Well, it's supposed to. It's supposed to. See, if this is true right here,
Oh, God.
masturbate twice a week increase your life expectancy about 20%, right? This will be me at 3263.
Oh, my God.
What?
Well, I mean, just from the years of, say, 11 to 21, that decade right there ought to put us easily into biblical fucking lifespans.
Good, yeah. Everybody freeze up? Everyone's still there?
I'm still here. I'm still
Okay.
here. I'm
You
dicking
go,
around.
fellas.
Well, Brett dip, little Tate dip. We got Rocky and Gil and myself left for the time being, anyhow.
All right.
So you're talking about a cooking channel, okay? And now, are you
Yeah.
talking about doing like in process sort of thing, or are you talking about sort of a kind of a round table on how we do stuff, or a finished end result sort of thing, or like what's the format there?
The whole thing.
Whole thing?
Yeah.
Like, hey, here I am by the grill, and I'm doing this and this and this.
Yeah. We show the prep, everything, man.
Right.
Start to finish. You know, start to finish right there.
Man, you should. Yeah, I did brunch the other day. Last weekend did brunch. Homemade buttermilk biscuits,
Yep.
homemade spicy sausage, white gravy for them. Hempler's uncured bacon, man. That shit
Yep.
was bomb. All of it, every bit of it from fucking scratch, man. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. We do everything from fucking show people how we do it.
Well, and the
It
thing
can be
is, man,
anywhere from
you gotta
smoking.
pay attention, but shit ain't that hard.
No, you know, it don't have to be just smoking meat. It can be like making pasta, right?
Yeah.
Making pasta sauce, whatever. You'll bake it. You know, that's breakfast food right there, right?
Yeah.
And also, too, whatever we post, right? We can post any food pictures, whatever, right? We don't have to wait until we're fucking all together to do it. People can just post whatever too at the same time. You know, post
Sure.
different things. You
Yeah.
know? But we're gonna make a Facebook page for it, a separate one, and a YouTube channel for
Perfect.
it. You know. Yeah, because remember we talked about remember we started talking about everybody cooking together on here, right? On this one?
Yeah.
Fuck, we'll just make another channel for that. You know? You know, we can talk about a little about the history of the food too, that we're cooking too. At the same time.
That's true. That's true. We both, not both, all of us have a good grasp of culinary, or was a regional culinary cuisine in our areas.
And Mick, and we can show you what you've been doing wrong on the chicken too. Like for the crispy skin.
Yeah, because I've been doing a lot wrong on chicken, I'll tell you what.
You know? I mean, it might just be the type of smoke you have. I don't know, right? I mean, I just can't believe if you got that thing at 300 degrees, you can't get crispy skin. That's what.
Yeah,
that's what I can't believe.
I get tough ass skin that you can hardly even bite through.
I don't know if it's because you got a gas, but you use gas, right?
Yeah, it's.
I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know. So I've never smoked on one of those at all. Never have.
Right.
This stuff. I mean,
But I mean, it ought to be the same either way. I mean,
you would
of course.
think though, but different smokers, like different kinds, smoke
Yeah.
differently too. They really
well,
do.
does it matter? Does it matter that when I smoke in mine, I use a water tray? Is it supposed to be drier?
I see. I don't use a fucking water pan at all. I don't.
Yeah, right.
Like my dad growing up, that he always did. Now my uncle never did. Right. But it's always about your preference on the water pan. Really, it really is. Some people swear by it. Some people say you don't need it. Right.
Well, I've been using it this whole time just because I figured it was there for a reason, and I've never had a bad result.
Yeah.
Even with chicken,
Well,
I've never had a bad result. Just
Well,
with
the gas,
skin, that's the only thing.
the gas, you might need it with the gas.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you got like a drum smoker, like I got a little Ted has, you don't need it. Or like how Thumper has his setup, right? You don't need that. You know. So yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot of things we can fucking do, man, with it. You know, I mean, we can even talk about drinking beer. You know, the history of the beer too, wine, whiskey. Because a lot of people cook with that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
because there's lots of things. I mean, I want to show people, especially on the Alpha Gale side, right?
Sure, yeah.
And I was gonna make my own anyways with River. You know, but since we all like to cook, we might as well have one with us too. You know.
Yeah, that's true. And you have a particular motivation for doing so because you've got a pretty
I got the Alpha
sneaky
Gale.
dietary restriction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff. I mean, because most people that have Alpha Gale, I have a lot of people that fucking ask me questions all the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, and I tell them, you know, and I mean, you'd be surprised how many fucking people don't know how to fucking when they get this fucking syndrome, they fucking don't. They freak out, you know. I mean, I was one of those guys that freaked out at first, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
But then I was like, you know what? Just like we learned in the military, adapt and overcome. You know, don't cry like a little bitch about it. Just fucking figure it out. Plain and simple. And we can see Rocky's cooking skills too.
That I want to see.
Well,
If
I'm
he's
not
doing it for a
cooking
living,
as
it's gotta be
nearly,
substantial.
guys. I'm not cooking nearly as much as you guys do because,
No, but it doesn't matter, Rocky.
I'm not. We're not like doing a lot more than just making birria chicken and ground beef.
Yeah,
because that's mainly what I'm cooking. Like in the meals that I have at home, we're eating healthier meals that we get from like a gym or whatever.
Sure.
So,
but I know you don't have to make breakfast.
Oh, I know, dude. I love breakfast. Remember, I remember cranking, and they had me cook the egg. They had me be like the egg chef for some reason because I could make a pretty damn good omelet, I guess.
Oh yeah,
ham and cheese omelet.
Yep.
Hey, that's kind of like a burrito.
But yeah, I mean, I got excited about it. I called Little Tate about 4 o'clock in the morning. He answered. I was like, "Oh fuck!" I said, "No, I didn't call it." I texted him. I said, "Hey, you still up? I got something to run by it." They called me. I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Damn, yep, yep." You know,
dude, it sounds like a pretty cool channel, man.
I mean, dude, I mean, we're not. It's just gonna be like this one. We're not. It's not gonna be refined or anything. But I wanted to do it on the talk about it on the live, so that way people listening know it's coming. Dude,
it was 6:13 in the morning.
6:30. Oh, 5 o'clock my time. Dude? 5 o'clock my time. So
you stayed up all night.
Yeah, I talked to my brother for about 6 hours, man. We got off the phone a little after 4 in the morning.
Damn. And then Gilly, you were up the whole time too, huh?
Yeah, and I went to bed right after that.
Dude, so it's 6:13 our time. I'm almost waking up to start getting work ready for like our taco truck stuff.
Yeah.
That's great. Man, I haven't pulled all-nighters like that and I don't know. It's been a long time.
I mean, dude, once you get fucking retired, right? I mean, retired, it's easy, man, to do it. Especially if you fucking sleep in, right? You stay up late, you sleep in, you get your sleep schedule fucked up. I mean, yourself. Now, Nick, what the fuck you eat now?
Grilled hot dog.
Grilled hot dogs. Nothing wrong with the classic, man.
Well, we had some people over for dinner last night, and I made chicken skewers, and the wife made pasta salad, and
yep,
they walked their 11-year-old daughter with them, so she's a hot dog gal, so I grilled up a whole bunch of hot dogs, and all the adults went and had a couple as well, and there was one left over, and I was a little hungry, so down the hatch.
Oh, yeah. And Mick, you can show people how you do your tri-tip too, since that's mainly a West Coast thing.
Well, you know what? I've never smoked a tri-tip.
Yeah,
I've been getting the tri-tip steaks and grilling them up. They could be a little more tender, but they're tender enough. I mean, they're as tender as sirloin, which ain't bad. And tri-tip has real good marbling, man. That flavor is fantastic.
So, I mean, like the Midwest, people do. I mean, now it's getting more popular because all those people from California moving out here, right?
Yeah.
But back in the day, you go to Bush, you ask for tri-tip, they're kind of like, what the fuck you mean, tri-tip, motherfucker? We don't do that cut out here.
Yeah. Yeah, tri-tip steaks have been real good to us. You know, we catch them on sale, crazy sale all the time.
But I know the trick is the tri-tip, just like anything, right? Like lean, cook it to 130, 135 max. Pull that bitch.
Yeah. No, we are a mid-rare family.
Yeah. Because if you take it to 135 and let it set, it's going to be the perk temperature that you want. You know, pull it to 130, it's going to carry over to 135, 136.
Yeah. And a good hour before I put the steaks on, too, I put on a dry brine, let it dry brine for about an hour. Then take all the liquid that the salt pulls out of it during the dry brine, pat it dry.
Yep.
Stick that sucker on a grill that's up to max temp, man. The sear on it's beautiful. And that fat, that marbling fat you get from the tri-tip, dude, it starts rendering immediately. So you get a nice crust, juicy too. Like it's tri-tip, if you do it right, is a great cut of meat.
Oh yeah. It really, I mean, I've had it. I just never cooked with it back here.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if they ever cure alpha gal, you ought to give it a shot. It's a great cut.
Shit. If they ever cure alpha gal, my ass is going straight to brisket. Plain and simple.
Well, cook yourself up and eat a couple of tri-tips while you're smoking your brisket.
Oh, hey, Mick.
Yo.
I actually found an actual grocery store here in Davenport that actually sells tri-tips, and they're fucking huge.
Really?
Yeah. So I told Gilly I'm gonna end up smoking one on the open pit one of these days.
Yep.
Yeah, but like Gilly said though, man, don't let that get above 135. It's got to be, no more cooked than medium.
No, I know that. I've done so many different types of cuts and meats and stuff. Yeah, I always underdo mine or undercook it just so that way it finishes while it's sitting.
Yeah, there's only two cuts of meat where I go above mid-rare, and that's filet mignon because it's so tender. Cooking it just a little more gives it a little more flavor and doesn't sacrifice the tenderness. And flank steak, because flank steak, it's a little more fibrous. You got to cut it, at a bias against the grain to do it right. And if you go mid-rare with it, I feel the interior is just a little al dente. It feels like a little too on the tooth. So I think that with flank, medium is the best way to go. But aside from those two, man, mid-rare all the way.
Yeah, I do mid-rare on everything.
Yeah. Like I said, I got two exceptions, but other than that, yeah, mid-rare is really the only way to cook a piece of beef.
Yep.
And the prequel to the new show will be 4th of July. Will be.
All right.
Because we're going to be cooking after North Carolina.
It's fucking beautiful this time around because 4th of July is on a Friday. I'm guaranteed the next day off.
So we're going to be fucking doing, because since majority of us are going to be together, Vic will be the only one that will be out there in Washington. He won't be with us.
I do truly wish I could have headed out for that, but it's just not in the cards this year, man.
Oh, yeah. Give me a second. I'm just finishing up my fucking Walmart delivery order.
Well, apparently both of my ex-wives were just at my house. The other one just came and picked up a package.
Yeah. Did they take a moment at the stoop to talk shit about you or what?
No, one picked up my son and then the other one fucking just I won't bring her packages in the house. I leave them out on the front step.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
I'm guessing the package one is the one for whom the divorce is pending?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I don't know why she keeps having her shit sent here. Fucking, she has an address change already, and she moved out months ago.
She wants to see you, buddy.
She can't.
She's hoping she can kind of happen upon you.
No.
I remember when I was broken up with the wife, okay? Her and I dated a bit. Then we had a breakup for, I don't know, some months, whatever. And then she and her best friend knock at my door. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I have your Sublime CD. I'm bringing it back to you. I'm like, uh-huh. Okay.
What happened?
We got back together that night, as I'm sure she planned on.
What Sublime was it? Which one? The first one?
The self-titled. The second
first one. The 40 ounces to freedom?
40 ounces was the first one. Self-titled was the second one. It was the second one. The one with the clown on it.
Wow.
Oh, John Peck, he goes, hey, y'all can't just saying hi. Can't wait to retire with us. Hey, John, congratulations on retirement Wednesday.
EJP is retiring, huh?
Yeah,
Good for him.
34 years.
Good for him, dude.
Damn.
That's a long time.
Dude, will he even know how to live once he gets out?
If I were still in, it would be 28 years right now.
Yeah.
8 years.
Exactly.
Well, I went in at 17, so if I'd have stayed 20, I could have retired 9 years ago. But I wasn't that stupid. Sorry, guys.
All right. Now I'm trying to find something here. Oh, found it. We get it pulled up here.
You stay happy after all the years.
She slobs the knob and swallow the evidence.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that AI stuff is going crazy, dude. I sent you guys one. It was the Donner Party.
Yeah.
Or the Oregon Trail. Is the Oregon Trail with the Donner Party?
No, the Donner Party, I think, was in the Sierra Nevadas.
Oh, no. See, that was in Utah. The Sierra Nevadas go up there. I think that's the Rockies in Utah.
But it wasn't in Oregon.
No, they wasn't in Oregon. They were trying to get to Oregon. That's what they was trying to do.
The Oregon Trail, right?
I don't know.
The Oregon Trail it branches off to different states, but yeah, they were on the Oregon Trail.
But I know they got off at a certain point, went a different way, a shortcut.
It was in the Sierra Nevadas.
Yeah,
it was.
1846 through 1847 while traveling to California. So it would be pretty much the Oregon Trail.
Yep.
At least a break off of it is what it's saying.
And that was the Oregon Trail or the Donner Party, or both?
Both.
That's both. Like if you're talking about
anybody that went west was on the Oregon Trail, basically.
Yeah, dude, it was just like this AI where they're like, hey, we got dysentery. And it's just like, oh my God, this shit's crazy. I saw it when I was working last night on the truck, dude. I saw it because it wasn't that busy. Oh my God. I started laughing and I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, that's funny shit.
I saw it or not.
I don't know if you all see this one or not, but this one's funny as hell.
Let's see.
This one, it was Joey Diaz at the last fight he was at with Trump at Secret Service.
What, Coco Diaz?
I told you, I went to that UFC last week.
No,
I didn't tell you guys the
can't see it.
whole fucking story
Can't see anything.
of what I went through.
Just see your desktop.
I hit the share button.
Now, is it for realsies or is it AI?
No, this is for real. You see it now, goddammit?
Yep.
Yeah, we see it now. That greasy fuck.
A little baggie with maybe a gram. Did I tell you this last week? With maybe a gram of mushrooms.
Right.
Maybe. It was the bottom of Enigmas. And I took half and I ate them, but as I was eating them, I realized I'm in the fucking front row on camera with a baggie in my fucking hand. And I'm like, they're going to throw me under the fucking jail. And finally, I started getting high on everything, and I noticed when I would sit back that there was a fucking agent looking at me. Just at me. Like locked eyes. And she had another agent that was just looking. It was a woman with white hair that was cute, and another partner that was a white dude. And they were looking at me like pins. So now, in my THC paranoia and in the mushroom paranoia, I'm thinking I fucked up. They saw the mushroom bag, but not only that, I gave them my social security number and my background information.
Why?
because that's what I needed to give them before I went to the UFC because Trump was the president.
Oh, shit,
And I
they
was
did
gonna
that?
Yes.
Holy shit.
So now I'm sitting there going, I'm going to fucking jail tonight. Everybody thought I was looking at Kyle Harrison's ass. I'm like, I'm going to fucking jail. They just waiting for me to get up.
Oh.
And then one time I asked the guy, I got to go to the bathroom. He goes, you don't want to go over there. Come to the back.
Oh, no.
And he pulled me and I had to walk past those people. Dog, they did everything but sniff me. They knew I was on something. They were like looking at me the whole way. I'm like, God damn it. They got to fucking arrest me. And he's like, no. Because it was Rogan's handler.
Oh, okay.
And he's fucking whatever the fuck he is. He's like, no, I know that lady. She's not going to do nothing to you.
Jesus.
I was scared the whole night that I was going to get up and leave.
I mean, what? Who in the right mind would do that when he knows Secret Service is going to fucking be there?
I don't know how that dude is still alive.
I don't
He's
either,
fucking
man.
Joey Diaz. That's why.
Because if you
I don't know
notice,
how
he's
they
lost a
do
lot of weight over the years too. Because he used to be over
Well, yeah.
400 pounds.
He'd be dead if he didn't.
You know, I saw that. I was like, oh man, that's too good not to share right there.
Yeah. What do they say in Boondock Saints? Fucking huge.
Yep. Love that movie.
I've
Oh.
never seen it, man. I've never seen
Never.
it.
No.
No.
Yeah, we gotta watch them. Gotta watch. You gotta watch both of them. First one's the best one. Second one's okay.
You think you respect a guy, you think you know a guy, and then you got fond memories of a guy, all the good things. Then you find out he's never seen Boondock Saints, and it just all kind of goes to shit, tacos or not.
I mean, no, you'll Rocket the first one. You'll love that one, guaranteed.
I've never been able to watch that movie.
Why?
Like, I don't know, because like I'd be like, dude, I gotta see that movie. Everyone talks about it. It's like it's a really good movie, right?
Yeah.
And then I get busy with doing something else, and then when another movie comes out, I forget about that one because it probably was out of the theater by that time, right? And then I'm watching whatever came out.
That's
Dude,
just it,
you
though. I don't think it was much in the theater. It was pretty much straight to DVD because at the time it was a nothing burger movie. It was an independent movie that no studio would really back, and it was a great idea and it got some good actors, but I think it was straight to DVD pretty much. Or if it was, it had a theatrical release. It was maybe a few hundred theaters.
Didn't they have big name actors in that movie though?
Yeah.
Really, only one. All they had that was a big name was Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe, right? The fucking
Well-
Green Goblin himself.
Well, two
Sean
actually. Saul
Well,
Patrick.
Sean Patrick Flannery wasn't big yet. All he'd done was Powder. And the only thing that Norman Reedus had done yet was, I think, just a couple of bit parts, like the janitor kid in the movie 8mm. He was in a couple of bit parts, but he wasn't big. He wasn't anybody yet.
But
I
the
know
dad.
he was in Blade 2.
He was in Blade 2, but that came after.
Yeah.
But they also
So,
have
yeah.
the dad too, besides William Dafoe. Can't remember the
Well, he
dad's name.
Well, the dad was, I forgot his name, but he's an Irish comedian. And so he wasn't really, Billy Connolly was his name.
Yeah.
Billy Connolly.
Oh, that
But he'd
dude's
been in some.
hilarious, man.
But he'd been in some big movies too.
Not at that point, he hadn't. No, he was just an Irish comedian. He wasn't really that big of a deal either. I mean, like within his respective sphere, he was well respected. But as far as like an actual part in a movie big, he wasn't that guy.
The only movie I remember ever seeing Billy Connolly in first was The Last Samurai.
Yeah, and so basically, Patrick Duffy, the director, he was dealing with a cast full of relative nobodies, aside from Willem Dafoe. Like Willem Dafoe was the only one that had done anything of any real note. I mean, Sean Patrick Flannery, he was coming up, but he wasn't winning any Oscars yet, and so he was able to put that together for a reasonable budget, and like I said, a very limited theatrical theater release, if at all. And mostly basically straight to VHS or DVD. They had both at the time. But the whole word of mouth thing, I mean, I heard about the movie from a guy on the ship, and he's like, dude, you got to watch this movie. I'm like, really? He's like, oh, dude, you have to. And then from there, I was like, well, no shit. And then I told everybody, and on and on and on.
Well, I saw it the first time in 2002 on the Laboon.
Oh,
guy
yeah.
in the whole lab,
When
one of the guys in
did
the
it-
whole lab,
so-
he's like, man, you got to watch this shit.
Did it come out in 2001 or 2002?
No, I think it came out in like 99.
99?
All right.
Boondock
it was-
Saints was 99.
Yeah, it
Damn.
simmered for a bit before it caught on. Yeah, like I said, it was a word of mouth kind of movie.
I never heard of it until like probably like 2006 or 7, maybe.
Really?
I was in Japan at the time in Atsugi.
Now that's your problem.
I don't think they had the DVD. I don't think they had the DVD where I was or something like that. I couldn't get it at the Next. That's probably why I never watched it.
Well,
Huh.
and also, like, another great movie to watch is Boiler Room, too.
Oh, Boiler Room's a great
I
movie.
think I saw that in a theater, dude. With Vin
Yeah, it
Diesel.
had Vin Diesel, Giovanni Ribisi, Nia Long, Ben Affleck, obviously, in that famous interview scene. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yep.
They were like scammers or something like that, right?
For
Yeah,
the
they
trade,
were,
for the Wall Street.
Yeah, they were fake stockbrokers. They were basically peddling junk stocks.
Yep.
They were like legal enough, but not quite. Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of scammy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a messed up ending. I think that dude, someone died. I can't remember who.
And the guy from American Werewolf in Paris, he was in that movie too. He was one of the head guys.
You want to know what messed up ending is fucking the new Final Destination movie, Bloodlines.
Oh, God.
Everyone dies, right?
Basically, yeah. Or that Bloodline, yeah. Basically.
Basically, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of true. Everybody dies. So, I mean, nobody gets
100%
away from that
chance.
except for Lazarus.
So now they've got room
what's
for
so
more now,
crazy?
too.
You know what's so crazy about the story of Lazarus when Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead? After he got risen from the dead, the Pharisees and the Sadducees all tried to kill him again.
We can't have a zombie running around.
Dude, like, it's like crazy. Like, the dude started living again normal. And then people that saw what happened were still trying to kill him afterwards. It's insane, man. And it says it
Although-
right there in the book of John, too.
What I said was technically inaccurate, though. Lazarus actually did end up dying eventually.
Yes, he did.
Only Enoch has gone straight up. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200.
Enoch and Elijah.
Did Elijah go straight up?
Yeah, so Enoch got the way they talk about it in Genesis chapter 5, I think. It says that Enoch lived for 300, he lived for like 65 years. He had, I think, Methuselah, and then Methuselah would have Lamech, and then Lamech would have Noah. So Enoch was the 7th generation from Adam.
Okay.
And so he walked with God for 300 years, and when he was 365 years old, he got taken up to heaven. It did not say he died.
A young man.
Yes. So
For those days,
and then
very young man.
later on, after that, there's another prophet, and this prophet is in the time of like Ahab and Jezebel. We all know what Jezebel represents, and that's kind of what it represents in the Bible too.
Hodges' ex-wives.
And he's the one that Jezebel and Ahab were of the northern kingdom, and they were worshiping Baal. Baal is the storm god, the lightning god, kind of like Thor, kind of like Zeus. I don't know. There's a lot of similarities. Anyways, he has the priest of Baal. He has 450 prophets of Baal, and and they do their ritual to try and get this thing to happen. And he says, "I'm going to have this happen." And then when he does it, he has it happen. And he says, "If I prove that this God is right and this one's fake, you need to kill all those guys." So immediately after that, they kill all those guys that were false prophets, and it's just crazy. But later on, he had like another prophet called Elisha, and he has a pretty crazy story too. But he's like the under prophet of the prophet Elijah. Well, Elijah gets taken up to heaven in a chariot of fire or something like that. I think it's a chariot of fire. I want to say. I could be wrong on that. We'd have to look it up. And he gets taken up to heaven, and then he receives twice the power that Elijah had.
and then he goes on and he dies. But Elijah is another guy that technically never died. He never died a physical death from what we know of, like King David or King Solomon or Adam or Noah would have passed away like.
Yeah. He never croaked.
Your relatives that have passed on now.
He was spared the sting of death. Which got to be a pretty bizarre experience. I mean, you know, you go straight up without dying and just are incorporated into the heavenly host, no intervention. Do you feel like you've been gypped out of something? Like, you know, I mean, like nobody wants to die, but like once you've gone beyond and you know,
I don't know. See,
hunky-dory and copacetic on the other side, do you think to yourself, man, everybody but me has done that dying thing? I have not. I mean, do you ever feel a little jilted, maybe?
See, I don't know what's going to happen, but if they technically never died, I mean, it still says in the book of Hebrews, is that it is appointed man who wants to die, then after that, the judgment, right? So if they had not physically died, they still have to die to be judged. It's just, I don't know what period that would be in.
Right. That's what things get a little tricky.
That's the crazy part, because it's like, you know, Jesus, like from what we're told, Jesus comes back, he establishes his kingdom for 1,000 years. That's 1,000 years of him reigning from the throne, David's throne in Jerusalem. And after that, there's a little bit of time where they release the devil from the bottomless pit, and he gets a lot of people to rebel. And there's an army that's unnumbered, and that army tries to fight, goes to try to attack Jesus Christ, and fire comes down from heaven and just burns them all up or something like that. And then after that, it's the judgment seat of Christ, where all the Christians and believers of Jesus Christ, the Messiah, from all the way from the end of time to the beginning of time with Adam, are judged. Then after that, the great white throne judgment happens, where all the unbelievers are judged. And that's when they resurrect and then die for the second time, the second death, because they rejected God. So
I'm just thinking at the beginning
I don't know when Elijah and Enoch would pass away, unless they're supposed to be the two witnesses that are the two witnesses in Jerusalem, talking about Jesus Christ and talking about who the Antichrist is and trying to point it out to everybody, but everyone's blind. That hasn't happened yet. Or if it has happened, it's not on the freaking news. I don't know.
Well, it's a plausible enough theory. It would fill in all the gaps.
And that's my only theory. It's like those guys would be the two witnesses that are talked about in the book of Revelation. I forget what chapter it is. And then it just, that's what they say. They preach for a certain amount of time, and it's 3.5 years. And then after 3.5 years, they're killed. Everybody, they let them stay there, and everybody watches the bodies decay or whatever. And in that time, they have like a Christmas ceremony where people give gifts to each other, because for 3.5 years, these guys are causing droughts and fire to come down from heaven and locusts and all kinds of stuff, plagues all over the world, because they keep on rejecting Jesus Christ, right? And so that hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. It may be coming soon, but those are the guys that I think it is, because one was the law, one was before the flood, and one was after the flood. So you have a witness between the golden age of humankind, before the flood of Noah, and then what it's like after the flood of Noah, if you divide the world or time into two different periods like that. So I don't know, but that's my guess. I could be wrong. I could be sounding crazy, but that's just my theory.
Or the flood of Noah was when the ice caps melted the first time. That theory's out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing, the flood of Noah is there was a lot that went on during that. You know, it wasn't just 40 days and nights of rain. It was the fountains of the deep unleashing and pushing water up from the earth. It was rain coming down, you know, and we don't even have any evidence, given the climate at the time, that there even were ice caps. We don't know. Like,
I mean, yeah,
we have no idea.
Because what's crazy is your theory, like what you're saying is, there's credence to it, because they said they'd gone to like Antarctica and like the highest places of the world, and they'll find tropical animals living everywhere.
Well, there's a bunch of sea
Animals
creatures.
that you would think would not live in an area because it would be too cold. They're there. They're not
Well,
really supposed to be.
Antarctica was never frozen at one
Yeah.
point.
Well, they say like under Antarctica, under the ice, it's like it was like a tropical world or something like that at one time. That's what I've read. I've read that in other books, so I don't know. It's
I think
interesting.
H.P. Lovecraft was onto something when he wrote about Antarctica. Everybody ever read
Yeah,
Lovecraft?
the Cthulhu mythos.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. And then
Oh,
I told
here's
you guys
something
about that comic book I read, right? The graphic novel Providence and then Neon Nomicon. And like Neonomicon is like the prequel and the sequel to it.
okay.
It's all done by Alan Moore, the guy who wrote
Oh yeah, you mentioned it.
or the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or From Hell. Like he wrote those comics or graphic novels, and he also created John Constantine, Hellblazer, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Little Tate, what the hell you doing? Polishing your shoes?
I think he's doing homework, man.
Oh,
Yeah, I was. What about it?
I thought you was doing something like that.
I mean, I got a real pair of fucking Doc Martin leathers, man.
Yep.
So you gotta keep them fucking polished up.
Spit shine those motherfuckers.
Nah, just a good one to cover everything so they don't get ruined.
Get that glassy look on them.
No, not so much a glassy. Just keep them, moistened up.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I remember I used to wear those on the 5.2. I had those bands and like a pair of Nikes or something like that, and then like 2 pair of boots.
Rocky, you and fucking even got me to fucking buy a fucking pair of Doc Martens for the first time.
Did we?
Yeah, 98.
I'll tell you what,
that,
though,
dude.
they've came a long way, man. These are actually really comfortable. Remember the old original ones back then were pretty hardcore on your feet, man. They didn't really have much in there.
Dude, I remember like the pair I had when I was in like high school, they were fucking comfortable, but I outgrew them, right? And then when I joined the Navy, my feet got bigger.
Yeah.
So I had to get new ones. And then I outgrew those and I gave them to my dad. And then I never got another pair.
This is the first pair I've gotten since, I don't know, 2002. I had to toss mine out because they had broke down wearing them.
I ain't had a pair since fucking 2004. You know. And I see them around here, but damn, they're expensive around here. Fuck.
I got mine for like $80 for Christmas.
Fuck, I see them right here in Missouri. Dude, they're wanting $150 for them. I'm like, nah. I said, that's cost my cowboy boots. Fuck that. Give me my cowboy boots.
You can catch them on sale.
Dude, I'm either wearing Puma or Converse most of the time. Whether it's Chuck Taylors or those other Converses that match my taco truck or my Pumas that I work out in. I work out on all kinds of different shoes. But
Skechers for me, baby. Skechers for me. Even the flip-flops.
I only wear boots, cowboy boots, and that's it.
No, you can't say that, motherfucker, because you fucking had flip-flops on the other day.
Oh, in the house. I'm saying I don't leave the house in flip-flops.
But you still wear them.
That's only because I don't like being in my house without shoes on. Fuck. Really? I always have. Well, and I used to not even wear these flip-flops. I used to wear my slippers. I had slippers, like house shoes. But those got fucking torn, so I was like, fuck, now I got to wear these stupid flip-flops. I don't like them.
All right, fellas, keep going. I'll be right back. I got to get my delivery, so.
I only wear fucking cowboy boots.
Brett, where are you, dude?
I'm standing off to the side. I'm getting dressed. I just got out of the shower.
Okay.
Pretty sure nobody wants to fucking see my naked ass.
He's got a date tonight, most likely.
Do not do that. No. All right. Let's see what other crazy shit's been going on. We talked about Iran, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And there's really no point talking about it because everything you're getting out of there is misinformation and psyops anyway. I mean,
Dude, it just the whole scenario reminded me of Top Gun 2.
Well, you look at the way the thing's going, right? Israel does their thing, Iran does their thing, and they want us on board with it. And the American people right now are not on board with it. And so the president says, if Iran retaliates against the United States, shit's going to get real bad for them real fast, right? And then we hear about an Iranian missile hitting the U.S. Embassy in Israel, right? Well, what? Did Iranian missiles just get like super freaking accurate all of a sudden? Like they go from bombarding Tel Aviv sort of willy-nilly to being able to like target a specific embassy? No, I don't think missiles just gain accuracy overnight like that. So it seems really false flaggish to me, man. I think the powers that be would love us to be in this war, and I think that putting a couple of bunker busters down there with no boots on the ground is a good way to kind of ease us into it. And then you give the proclamation, hey, if you get retaliation against the United States, bad shit's coming your way. And then 24 hours later, magically, the U.S. Embassy gets attacked with the same missiles, again, that have been sort of indiscriminately bombing Tel Aviv and whatnot. Like, no. It's just something about that shit doesn't make any goddamn sense, and I refuse to believe that it's not a psyop. It's the Reichstag fire, man. It's a fucking false flag. And you can call me crazy if you want to, but
no. Have you seen anyone else on the internet that's looking at that and thinking that way?
Lots of people.
Okay.
Has
anyone made videos about it or anything like that?
Not that specifically. No. I kind of came to that conclusion.
No, it's been more the 50-year one when Iran captured hostages at the embassy there.
Yeah,
they're going all the way back to the 50-year war. But you're right, like the strikes in Tel Aviv that was going on this morning. Like it was like substantial. Like they had a weird fountain, like they looked like they broke a water main, and then like some superficial damage to residents. But there's people talking about like the October 7th connection. Israel kind of like letting that happen, and then this one with the embassy in Israel. And
what's the October 7th one? Is that like the Vegas shooting?
No, man, that was when the paratroopers came across and slaughtered all those people.
That was their big attack. That's what kicked this whole thing off.
Yeah. But Israel was like, oh, we didn't, have our defenses set up, but you're stopping all these missiles and shit. Like, come on, somebody knew from the inside. And going with what Mick's saying, if somebody, you could laze that target from the ground, and then that would make it more accurate,
Well, my thing is like that October 7th thing, right? That rave that they attacked, that rave, they didn't put out the location until like the night before. So how did they organize good enough to attack that area? I mean, I know why they picked the area, because it's desolate and not a lot around, and it would be easier. But there was a military installation there, and so I would have picked a different location if I was going to do the attack. And it's proven that the attack was supposed to happen a year prior, but it didn't. And then all of a sudden they put out this, here's the date, time, and place for this rave, and then that day of the rave, the attack fucking happens, and you have all those fucking ravers there, all hopped up on all kinds of fucking drugs, He
froze. Hello? Everybody froze. What the fuck? We get kicked off again? What the fuck?